And hello, Minfilia. Truly there's no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amangina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seem in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quarries of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may apply. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest, but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. Soapy, what a pleasure to see you again. Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off toward Eastern Thanlin, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. Speeding carriage? That would seem curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning, yet the Amalja do have a foothold in Eastern Thanlin. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the Brass Blades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls I've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Soapy. Hey, you bet. Against all expectations, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spat of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the store of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths as to obtain crystals, and with such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Oriange of our progress, or lack thereof. Okay.
Now then. Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Thancred gonna Thancred. Player's gonna play.
Far across the sea from the land of Doma have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Very mysterious. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there is someone amongst our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor within our midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears prove well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed, if for any reason of security the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystal stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead like to carry out the transfer in secret to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner, a traveling escort, so as not to attract undue attention. But oh, I see. Yes, the concern may well like to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need a rest upon the way. Mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley? A fine spot for rest, would you not agree, Soapy? Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Hey, you got it. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Unknown Ravagers. Doesn't seem like any of my business. Down they go. Hello, Y'shtola. Dang, girl. Stubborn to the last as expected. You were unharmed? A gang of sea-wolf thieves and a Thanalan, no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea-wolves? All of them? Aye, and with all the same taste and facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Soapy's so out of the loop. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon then, Fufalupa will want to hear about your meetings with the thieves. Please, I beg of you. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for service to Horizon. Your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow private. No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the units of Blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage to do that? Your men haven't been sampling the Somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong, a sea-wolf. Lominson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him, you have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me appraised on any developments. Yes? He's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? What? Oh! If I try to click on Thancred, it clicks on the crystal, the aether thing. I was not expecting to see that. Set Thancred as my home point. Please, it's all I want. You're home to me. Okay, anyway. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphinaud waits for your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident. I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is Alphinaud has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitor's brass blade. You got it. There he is. Alphinaud, my dear boy. Shut the fuck up! You are late. No matter, I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? And authored? Well, like the rest of the nations in the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear of their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Ul'dah, Soapy. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan sworn of the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of the role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling reparts. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. Alphinaud, you could take a better tone of voice with me. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. Hey, you got some crazy tale going on there. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. Hope you'll find me more to your liking. Alphinaud Leviathan at your service, a friend. Which, I believe, makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to endeavor yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. I'm Soapy. Hello, giblets. I'm suspecting this to be a voiced cutscene.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Secession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Want to go to the gold saucer? They have jumping puzzles. Oh, I need to turn down the volume again. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tale of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. I'll ask Momodi, how about that? Momodi, I don't know what to do. Ellis, why didn't you say so, Soapy? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow. See, but just sent word they can't come. Meaning I got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Go on and call on Friduri and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's orders to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just send them those letters. It'll set them straight. I'm expecting them to argue, as merchants are wont to do. Hello, she's in the business of feeding refugees now? I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Jury duty. Wow, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? Pink slip. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done so much for us, Master Alphinaud. I swear we shall return the favor. Not as owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your own words, and it is with your words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Royal Lemonade. At some point, Soapy has turned into Homer Simpson. Pleasure, Soapy. Others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlean, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow.
You didn't like that
Pray
answer.
understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
Don't trust Tedelegy
I
Adelegy.
agree.
Got it.
That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Alphinaud Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domans Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Hey, 30% ain't bad. Wait, no it is.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
You know, I wonder why Manderville is not on the a member of the Sultanate, or not the Sultanate, the oh, I just forgot what she called it. On that council though, because it's supposed to be the most wealthy individuals in Ul'dah. And I think that he's just like outlandishly wealthy. So I wonder why he's not on that. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The Monitorists have made their position clear. Agreed, Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limbs Elemental or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs, which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hole with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of a great nation. Hey, finish your thought, little boy. Minfilia, that's precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap, or even just a few days. Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphinaud. Yeah, listen to Reborn. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mor Dhona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands, hard labor lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you propose yourself, Lady Yugiri. Though I would not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracies being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we would gladly accept. Master Alphinaud, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that which remains the matter of how they might safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Ul'dah Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there, anon, so be. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. Speak with Alphinaud, but I want to talk to Momodi. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such a time as they are ready to set foot for Mor Dhona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. Nice, OP. What's new? Or what news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed, but the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mor Dhona. When the government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We should begin contact negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Yugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do, Lady Yugiri. Let's put our heads together and settle on the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Yeah, man, I'm tired as heck. Ozon. Greetings. Alphinaud informed me that a Scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given in my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. Now I know I can fly, but originally you could not when this was designed, so we'll do it the right way. How'd you find me? Bah, I guess I need more practice. Maybe you're just good at this? I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Well, that's dark. Hello, Hozan, father of Yozan. Wonderful, all the children are accounted. Hide and seek? Ah, I see that you are curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans find us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Again, the darkness. Eager to be off, are ye? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a word with ye about that. Runner from the Blade said we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie's been sighted out south of the bridge to Hammerley. Might be as someone's eyes of playing tricks on him, of course, but it don't pay to gamble in this business. Now I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this here lot's another story, so I was thinking you might go on and have a quick look around. Make sure the area is safe, and if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. So there was a beastie. Haha. Well fought, sir, well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health. I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring-do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past, for those who fought and fell, are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more were owed to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, father, to she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, brick laying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Oh, children. I'm not actually made of soap. Hey, Mr. Soapy, Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. For glory, probably. I think that's what I answered originally. Ladies. Glory? I like bringing honor to your family, you mean? Yes, father always goes on about that. It's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Soapy, I've got a question. What's Revenant's toll like? Is it pretty? Oh man, it's beautiful. It's a stone's throw from an Imperial castrum. You mean there are lots of people who are just as strong as you? Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Mr. Soapy, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? You have to ride horse birds? Buy weapons and armor from Rowena. Do not do that. Please do not. Or train every day. Aha, so my father was right. How do you do it then? Come on, tell me, and don't leave anything out. Alright, that's enough questions for Mr. Soapy. Dad, you suck. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? You gotta pray to Hydaelyn to be like me. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Soapy. I won't forget it. I'm gonna be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Soapy and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Soapy and Lady Yugiri. We can talk more about in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? I don't know. My head says yes. Mamodi. Shut it! Oh, don't make that face, Soapy. I'm just having a bit of fun with you. Ah, Soapy, I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Is there naught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. Okay, I can do that. 'Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the Students of Baldesion continue to meet with failure. Urianger has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside of our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Lady Yugiri is here. Please show her in. I would very much like to meet her. Take off your hood. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady, but are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's Toll could not accommodate us, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slathborn Lady Yugiri. Soapy? I am amazed that none here knew of the War of Secession until we arrived. Have you truly heard naught of what has transpired? Lamian and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival, though I must admit that I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Y'shtola should be returning anon with a report from the field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival? Hey, I can do that.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning a Efreet with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Oh, me too. It's contagious.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Why do you look like that? Sorry, I won't ask it again.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge
Of eternity.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Oh, Merylvid. Merylvid. Welcome, friends. I take it Y'shtola has appraised you of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin have not crystals enough to summon their gods. Excuse me. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Stanlin to go supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning. I wonder if the pun was intended. Large scale. Lady Minfilia, I am given to understand that you means to accompany our soldiers to the front line. I can only assume that you have sound reason for doing so? Hey, you bet your ass I do. Hey, yo, big head, wait up.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
They just can't help themselves with the ninjas.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
Wait, if you let me see it, I can summon it. Or an eggy of it. Edgy. I already forgot which one it is.
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What? Such power! It is transcendent!
Merlin is such a badass. It's just comical.
Seven hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal. O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being, am the way. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
I'm not really sure what just happened to him.
Where did he go?
Did Leviathan absorb him?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Aw, fuck. Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which the Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements, if his last attempt is any guide. We cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells we are to prevent it? Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none. Of that you may be sure, but Lane herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meet and match with us. We need another plan, that much is plain. We just need to do what we did with Garuda. Tainted crystals or something like that. And I believe that my hand is going to be forced to call it there. I really wanted to get this all in one stream. It just wasn't able to happen. So yeah, that's what next time we should be doing 2.3. So whereas last stream was 2.1, this one would be a class quest in 2.2. The next one should be 2.2 and 2.3. It's a little bit more messy than I wish it was, but it is what it is. But like I said, things are going to start getting a little bit noisy around here, so I'm going to have to go. I will see you all next time, and with the next video, however that may be that you watch it. Fairly well.